Alright guys, let's look at the NFL mock draft of 2018 according to Yahoo Sports. First up is the Cleveland Browns. They're looking at Sam Darnold for a quarterback from the University of Southern California. There will be no messing around with this position for the Browns under new general manager John Dorsey and a talented QB class lacking a perfect prospect. Darnold is the most complete in terms of competing in the NFL now. He'll need to confirm this at his pro day after not throwing at the combine. New York Giants looking at Saquon Barkley as a running back, and he is from Penn State. The Giants are ready to spend in free agency in order to upgrade their offensive line, and they will need to put a stud workhorse behind that improved run blocking. Barkley will be a heavy favorite for 2018 Offensive Rookie of the Year no matter where he goes. Indianapolis Colts looking at Bradley Chubb, defensive end from NC State. The Colts need to revitalize their pass rush and their transition to a base 4-3. Chubb is explosive off the edge and can be their best pick at the position since Dwight Freeney 16 years ago. Cleveland Browns looking at Minkah Fitzpatrick, defensive back from Alabama. Just as the Browns are searching for a new franchise leader offensively, here is their chance to get a difference-making playmaker in the same vein defensively. Pick a secondary position, any secondary position. Fitzpatrick is built to be a superstar. Denver Broncos, Josh Allen, quarterback from Wyoming. The Broncos rope in the big-armed athlete from the college Cowboys, but not a surprise given their GM is Hall of Fame quarterback John Elway. The boss and his coaches got an extended look at Allen with their Senior Bowl coaching duties. They should have been more impressed by Allen's skill set at the combine. New York Jets looking at Josh Rosen as a quarterback from UCLA. The Jets had to love the personality and intelligence Rosen showed at the combine. He's looking like both the ideal pupil for Jeremy Bates' offense and somebody who can handle being the new face of the big market, pressure-packed franchise. Tampa Bay Buccaneers looking at Derwin James as a safety from Florida State. The Bucs have several positions and prospects they could target at number 7 overall, but it makes sense for them to go for this latest standout Seminole. They need someone in the secondary to clean up and make plays. James looks like the next Earl Thomas or Eric Berry. Take your pick. The Chicago Bears. Denzel Ward is who they're looking at for a cornerback from Ohio State. The Bears might not keep Kyle Fuller even with the transition tag, but regardless, this is a need with Prince Amukamara hitting free agency. Ward also would be the best player available. He'd had an immediate impact making plays on the ball with his dazzling athleticism. San Francisco 49ers looking at Tremaine Edmunds, linebacker, Virginia Tech. GM John Lynch adds another big thumper after getting Solomon Thomas, Reuben Foster, and Akello Witherspoon last year. Edmunds can do everything from any spot in the 49ers front seven. He'll add to their budding dominance and run defense and also boost the pass rush. Oakland Raiders looking at Vita Vea as a DT from Washington. New defensive coordinator Paul Guenther needs an explosive disruptor in the mold of his best Bengals linemen. Geno Atkins, Justin Ellis is a free agent as well, leaving tackle as a big need for a unit being reworked into a base 4-3. Miami Dolphins looking at Baker Mayfield, quarterback, Oklahoma. Mayfield is the biggest wild card in the first round once Darnold, Allen, and Rosen are off the board. The idea of Miami taking him for coach, Adam Gase built some momentum at the combine. The Dolphins likely have hit their ceiling with Ryan Tannehill. Mayfield's offers a more dynamic opportunity. Cincinnati Bengals, Quentin Nelson, position G, Notre Dame. The Bengals did not replenish their offensive line last offseason after losing Andrew Whitworth and Kevin Zeitler, and it cost them in both run blocking and pass protection. Nelson's best position may be guard, but he is athletic enough to settle into a starting role at any position on the line. Washington Redskins looking at Roquan Smith, linebacker from Georgia. The Redskins probably won't be able to retain leading tackler Zach Brown in free agency, Smith can fly around the field against the run and also has strong instincts for coverage. Green Bay Packers, Mike Hughes, position CB from UCF. The Packers are likely to continue addressing their pass defense in some form, either by rebuilding an edge rusher or adding another versatile coverman to their promising young group that includes 2017 second-rounder Kevin King. Hughes is a good player for the hybrid coverage scheme of new defensive coordinator Mike Petit. Arizona Cardinals, looking at Connor Williams, position OT, Texans. If the top 4 QBs are gone, don't be surprised if the Cardinals try to trade down with the intent of getting Lamar Jackson or Mason Rudolph later in round 1 or early in round 2. If they stay here, they should not be disappointed in getting the best offensive tackle in the draft. Williams has a good combination of technique and power, making him equally adept in pass protection and run blocking. Baltimore Ravens, looking at Calvin Ridley, position WR, he's from Alabama. The Ravens need to end their nightmare of recycling receivers, specifically one-trick speedsters who have durability issues. Mike Wallace is a free agent. Jeremy Maclin might get cut, and Breshad Perriman, the 2015 first-rounder, can't be trusted to stay healthy. Ridley is an excellent route runner cut from the Amari Cooper cloth. He can deliver everywhere on the field with good hands for Joe Flacco. Los Angeles Chargers, looking at Rashaan Evans, position LB from Alabama. The Chargers have great edge rushers in Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram, plus a shutdown corner anchoring their secondary in Casey Hayward. Their 3-4 defense, however, is one speedy, playmaking linebacker away from being truly elite. Evans would be a huge asset against the pass, both in coverage and in blitz packages. Seattle Seahawks, looking at Mike McGlinchey, position OTs from Notre Dame. The Seahawks need to end their nightmare and duct taping the offensive line and trying to solve problems by moving players around. McGlinchey's athleticism will allow him to be a rock of a right tackle for the long haul. Dallas Cowboys, looking at Daron Payne, position DT from Alabama. The Cowboys keep loading up on speed and quickness for Rod Marinelli's defense. Although they have a dominant edge player in DeMarcus Lawrence and a dangerous swingman in David Irving, they need another big body who can blow up plays in the backfield. Bringing in Payne would give Dallas quite a pile up front after taking Taco Charlton in the first round last year. Detroit Lions, looking at Marcus Davenport, position DE from Texas San Antonio. The Lions are keeping Ezekiel Ansah with the franchise tag, but they still need to upgrade the edge pass rush for new coach Matt Patricia and coordinator Paul Pasqualoni. Davenport could have the same situational impact as the Eagles' Derek Barnett did as a rookie. Buffalo Bills, looking at Lamar Jackson as a quarterback from Louisville. The Bills can't come away without a quarterback from one of their 2 first-round picks, especially after trading Tyrod Taylor at the Browns. Buffalo now may dip into the free agent market to buy time for Jackson to develop his passing skills as coordinator Brian DeBoer installs an offensive tailored to his special need, speed, and athleticism. Coach Sean McDermott and GM Brandon Beane, while with the Panthers, learn how far a team can go with defense, a running game, and a mobile quarterback. Buffalo Bills, looking at Billy Price, position CG from Ohio State. Price got a scare with a pectoral injury while bench pressing at the combine, but he came away without his stock dropping much. He's still the second best interior line prospect after Nelson, and he would start right away as a replacement for retired Eric Wood. Los Angeles Rams, looking at James Daniels, position C from Iowa. The Rams are set to losing their starting center with John Sullivan becoming an unrestricted free agent before his age 33 season. Daniels is right there with Price as a standout Big Ten talent built to excel in the NFL. He also can start and lead a line from day one. Carolina Panthers, looking at Christian Kirk, position WR from Texas A&M. The Panthers go for more quickness and toughness for their passing game after they drafted another Christian McCaffrey, a running back in the first round of last year's draft. Offensive line also will be a consideration with this pick, but Kirk's rising stock as a versatile playmaker is hard to ignore. Tennessee Titans looking at Harold Landry, position OLB from Boston College. Landry, like Kirk, did himself a ton of favors at the Combine. The Titans were a good pass rushing team in coordinator Dick LeBeau's final season, but it was done by committee. At outside linebacker, Derek Morgan and Brian Orakpo are signed through 2018, and Eric Walden is a free agent. Landry can help situationally before stepping into a regular role next season. Atlanta Falcons looking at Maurice Hurst, position DT from Michigan. Hurst had to miss combine workouts because of concerns about a heart condition, but there is optimism he will be cleared to show off his wares at Michigan's Pro Day on March 23rd. When 43 teams have that workout to go with the tape, they'll see why he's such a high upside inside pass rusher. Coach Dan Quinn would love to add another attacker like Hurst, ideal for the 3 technique. New Orleans Saints looking at Dallas Goedert, position TE from South Dakota State. There's a growing feeling the Saints will bring back Jimmy Graham as a free agent, so that decision will have an impact on how early they address this position of need. Regardless, Goedert might be the best player available, and Graham will turn 32 in November. On the surface, Goedert is built like Rob Gronkowski, with a skill set of Zach Ertz. The Pittsburgh Steelers looking at Leighton Vander Esch, position ILB from Boise State. If things go south with Le'Veon Bell and the franchise tag, then LSU's Darius Geis will be a stronger consideration. For now, the Steelers need to go back to the defensive well after the unfortunate injury that befell Ryan Shazier. Van Esch is the kind of long, rangy, playmaking linebacker the Steelers love. He had a strong combine too. Jacksonville Jaguars looking at Cortland Sutton, position WR from SMU. This comes off news that the Jaguars are unlikely to re-sign Allen Robinson. Goedert would be intriguing if he's available, but Sutton, a big-bodied receiver with underrated downfield speed, is built to be a direct, cheap replacement for Robinson as Blake Bortles' go-to guy. Minnesota Vikings looking at Taven Bryan, position DT from Florida. It's time for Coach Mike Zimmer to replenish his defensive line depth, as Tom Johnson and Shemar Stephen are free agents. It will take some time for Bryan to put it all together as a pass rusher in the NFL, but his athleticism and versatility to play either tackle or end will allow him to develop in the Vikings scheme. New England Patriots looking at Justin Reid, position S from Stanford. Reid, the brother of 49ers free agent safety Eric, had an interesting meeting with the Patriots at the Combine. He's the tough cover man New England needs to replace Patrick Chung, who turns 31 in August and will become a free agent in 2019. Last but not least, Philadelphia Eagles looking at Josh Jackson, position CB from Iowa. The Eagles might not be able to afford re-signing Patrick Robinson, who will be a hot free agent after dominating opponents' slot coverage last season. Jackson sticks well with receivers on intermediate routes and has a nose for the ball, lining up well for him to be an impact nickel back. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you guys think about these draft picks. Stay tuned, subscribe, and I'll see you soon in one of my next videos. Later, guys.